But the idea with all of this is to get past the pattern stage. That's where people have a lot of frustration. You learn a pattern and then it's like, well, what am I supposed to do with the pattern? How do I get to this place of improvising? Well, that's where this idea of the row comes in, because now I am not using a specific pattern anymore. I am just thinking of starting notes, and you might find that some of the shapes and sounds that I use in patterns are in the row, but it's more random. I am just thinking of a starting note, and if you play the whole thing together, you get the sound of the diminished scale. So again, here's the line. Okay, right. And so that just is one example of a diminished line. Okay, there's many, and you can do the same thing with the diminished scale that I was doing with the pentatonic scale, right? Right? So now, if I go back to the blues, right, and I try to use this concept on every dominant chord on the blues, I'm going to have a version of the blues that is kind of like, okay, diminished land. So I'm going to try to do that for a few choruses for you all.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so everyone should have heard that time, instead of using the pentatonic scales randomly, now I'm just kind of messing around with the diminished scale randomly. And I wasn't thinking of any particular diminished chord or any particular diminished shape. Now I was just trying to think of each note of the scale as some kind of target note and see if I could resolve differently. So this, again, the whole concept of these rows is to get even more free. Okay? The next really cool thing that happens, especially with the diminished scale, is that now when you have the diminished line written there, you can now transpose that entire line up in minor thirds. So let's look at the diminished row transposed.